Tina O here from Tina O Life on That Money Thing. I think we're up to number 6. I'm not sure. Whatever it says on the screen, that's what it is. so, so listen, it's been a big breakthrough week. And I know that anytime you start a process, there's insight weeks and there's getting stuff done weeks. Like you're actually like creating progress and you can feel it. And then you have like these discombobulating breakthrough weeks where, I don't know. I don't know what it looks like for you, but I will tell you in this money thing, this discombobulating week involved a lot of gut clenching, panic, wanting to throw up, hating everybody kind of days. The good thing, is it good? I don't know. It is what it is. So I guess that makes it good. The good thing is that, I've done a fair bit of personal growth work in other areas of my life. So thankfully that when I touch the I hate everybody, why bother, like this is going to sound really, really dramatic. And I'm only mentioning it because I want you to know that we all have dramatic thoughts, okay? You don't have to worry about me, okay? But sometimes I those thoughts of just like, where you want impact so badly that it feels like I'd like to drive into traffic right now, like drive head on into traffic, not to die, not to end anything, but to get that sort of crushing, stopping feeling, right? The crushing, something has got to be bigger than how crappy I feel right now. It's kind of like when I feel good, I go to the ocean, right? Or when I'm on a holiday, we often go to Tofino. And one of the reasons why we go to Tofino is it feels like it's the one place in the world that I know of anyway, where I feel really, really small. And there's something really comforting in that because I have a really big internal life. So anyway, in a breakthrough week, which I would say I would sort of touch the void of that bigness. And it was, I'm an artist, right? So I certainly can touch all the colors of the palette as we all can, but mine tend to be kind of loud. But I know anger. I'm not afraid of anger, but I would say I touched rage this week. Not really connected to any particular happening. Not a thing, not a person, and I remember saying to Todd, we're standing at the beach, and I said, what the thing is, there's nowhere to go with this. Like, there's nowhere to hide from this. No one's to blame for this. I can't these feelings going on have nothing to do with any particular one thing. I'm just so angry about something. And I couldn't hook it into anything. It would be easy to say, I'm angry that, I'm 45, I'm dealing with my finances. I'm angry that, I'm angry. And I could have listed them, but I know that when I get to the bottom of that list, if I was to solve each of those line items, I'd still be filled with rage. So the breakthrough was, well, no wonder you haven't dealt with your finances because this is what's underneath it. So here's the doingness, because I've talked about the feelingness, but the doingness of that money thing this week is I got my 2015 taxes wrapped up and hitting send. That's a massive thing for me. What else did I do? I was sticking to a budget this week, and there was a gap that I had to fill. Didn't have to. It's not like, anyone was I was going to die if I didn't fill it, but it was a commitment, right? So I had a commitment to it, but I'm not willing to chase the money anymore. Do you know what I mean by that? Like, I got a gap, I better go find the money, I better go do this, better go get a part-time job, better go sell that thing, better go, blah, 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 better go. No, I'm not interested in that. It still has to be rooted in what's true for me, what's authentic for me, what feels peaceful for me, what is honest for me. But I mindfully took my life seriously and mindfully took what I do seriously and showed up not for work, but I showed up in service. In service of, I showed up and served. And so my budget got filled. That little gap in my budget got filled, and in a totally true way, like not in a inauthentic chase the money kind of way. So that happened this week. The other thing that happened this week is I landed in my, what I would call my core story, which is a whole other post. But I hear the school bus, so my kid's going to walk in the door. Just know that my core story is about you matter. And that's the work that I do in the world, in your living story work, in my Arbonne work, in the core story work, all of that story stuff, LYBS, everything, it's all about you matter. And I had this thought, that's my core story. So what would it look like if I flipped it around and went, oh, so that means I matter. So that was a big breakthrough. And it's all wrapped up in my decision to start the money thing. And as I follow the big ball of yarn called the money thing, it all kind of starts to unwind and tap into other areas of my life. So I'm Tina O from Tina O Life. This is my series on the money thing. Some of you tapped into or tuned into my triathlon thing. And prior to that, you followed me in my cancer journey. In the cancer journey. I don't like calling it my cancer. My cancer. No, I had cancer. My body had cancer. And so this is my third journey that you're along with me on. So thanks for listening. My goal, my pursuit, my challenge, my decision, my choice. My choice is to buy a house in 2 years with my husband Todd, and we live in BC, which means it's going to be at least $1 million, if not 1.5. And so sorting out this money thing is a big part of that. It's a breakthrough week for me. I hope you have a great week too. I hope you've had an awesome day. And here's to you. And thanks for listening. On to the next thing. Look, and the kids aren't even home. Oh, maybe that's them. Okay, bye.